what makes Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia unique. It never ceases to amaze how Fire Emblem has become one of Nintendo's biggest franchises. It's even more surprising to remember how the series nearly ended because of a pair of poorly received remakes for the DS. That's a story for another time, but Intelligent Systems have finally taken another stab at remaking a formerly Japan-only release, with Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia for the 3DS. A remake of Fire Emblem Gaiden, the second installment in the series, the game tries to be both a fresh title in the series while staying true to the original. What makes Fire Emblem Echoes unique is how it takes full advantage of the advancements that the other 3DS titles brought to the series, while pairing it with the features that even made the original stand out. The strategy alone offers a variety of mix-ups to the Fire Emblem formula. First off, characters no longer need weapons, and instead automatically have a base weapon to attack with. In fact, each unit's inventory can hold but one item. This one item can be a weapon that does more damage, but it could instead be food or an item with a special ability. Weapons, however, also have more benefits than just damage. Players can actually use special attacking skills based on the weapon a unit is holding. Because every unit only gets one item, players have to decide which units could use more damage, and who could get by with just the benefits of an item. Weapons are also fairly hard to come by, so although it may seem obvious to just give everyone a weapon, deciding who could benefit most makes team planning a lot deeper, while inventory management much easier. The mages also have huge differences. No weapons means that spells are actually learned by level up. Since magic has so many benefits such as the luxury of choice and being unaffected by terrain bonuses, mages actually hurt themselves when they attack, and if they don't have enough health, they can't use that spell. On top of all this, even archers have increased range, and all these new benefits, the hit chance, crit chance, and all the RNG annoyances that Fire Emblem is known for are back in full force. Because each turn can be handled a variety of ways, small mistakes can be punishing, which is why they also added Mila's turn wheel, allowing players to rewind the clock in order to retake a turn. Not only are the combat and units handled differently, even the story progression is done differently than any other title in the series. Starring the main characters, Alm and Celica, in the original game, players had to choose which side of the story they wanted to play. In Echoes, however, players get to play as both lords conjunctively. Initially they take turns, but during the third act onwards, players get to play through both sides of the story at the same time, while moving around the world map. Traversing the map isn't just like Sacred Stones. Not only can towns be revisited in order to purchase items, they are where players can partake in side quests, meet new characters, upgrade weapons, and even send items over to the other team. There are also dungeons to visit in which the players take a third-person perspective and have to hunt for items and characters that can even be required for the story or a side quest. These sections alone are radically different, and running into enemies is just a neat way to mix in the Fire Emblem gameplay. Growing with your characters is different as well, with the addition of the Mila statues used for classing up as opposed to items. There's also the villager class, which can be turned into a variety of classes. Players have so much control over their team and how they grow, but they also have so many choices when deciding how to progress through the game. And that's where the story takes over and becomes one of the most beautiful in the franchise. Cutscenes are long, many characters getting to speak their mind and talk amongst themselves about the events as they unfold. With a small party, the children of Ram Village feel close, like a tight-knit group, paired with Alm's love for Celica, something that drives him to become the knight he was destined to be. He earns his right to be a courageous protagonist, whose naivety is understandable since the player meets them at such a young age and then gets to raise them and guide them towards their destinies. Even when going through the story, Alm's side is much weaker than Celica, but Celica too has to deal with her own hardships on her side of the map. The gameplay not only feels so fresh and unique compared to the rest of the series, Echoes manages to perfect the story elements when they fit within the Fire Emblem framework. The permanent deaths, classing up characters, and sharing resources between them evolves the story into an outstanding work of art. Pair this with animated cutscenes and close to full voice acting, Alm and Celica's adventure through Valentia feels fresh and makes you forget that it's a remake. That is what makes Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia unique. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button, and if you'd like to see more videos that discuss what makes any video game stand out, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.